Hello guys, welcome back again. In this video, I will show you how you can set up your Android device for Visual Studio 2019 development. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. After testing an Android emulator, you will want to see and test your apps running on an Android device. You will need to enable debugging and connect the device to your computer. So each of the steps that I'm going to show you is necessary in terms of connecting your Android device for your Visual Studio development or testing. So as you can see on the screen, I've already got a very simple Android application in Visual Studio. Then I've got an Android device already connected to the Visual Studio. So I'm going to show you how I actually connected it. First of all, if you're actually installing the Visual Studio from scratch, you can do it directly from the Visual Studio installer. So I'm going to show you how. So once you are at a Visual Studio installer about to install the components, yeah, you can go to the install individual components, which is this bit here. Pardon me for the Italian language, but it's pretty much the same in English as well. So you scroll um, all the way down. All the way that we're looking for. So I'm just gonna pause the video and look for what we actually. Okay, yeah, I've got it here. So this one is the USB connection. So here with this bit here, you can actually check this box here, so that you can actually connect your Android device directly with using the USB, right? So I've actually connected it from either way, so I'm not gonna actually do that. But obviously, if you're installing the Visual Studio from scratch, then you can do that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna remove this bit here. But then if you already have the Visual Studio installed, then you can come to the tools here. Then you select your Android, and you select the Android SDK manager. So once you've got the SDK manager opened here, so as you can see here, you can install a couple bits of an Android versions here. But that's not what we're looking at. So we look at these two tabs and we click on the tools. So we expand the extras here. So after we've expanded the extra, we look for the Google USB driver here. So we check on this box here. So as you can see, I've got an update available, which I'll have a look later on. Yeah. So once you've actually checked this box, you can apply changes to it. So this bit will be actually installed. So once you've installed this bit here, then you go inside. You go to your now. Obviously, because it's two-way, you have to do your bits on the computer and the bits on your Android device. So we now open our Android device here. So yeah, I'm using an advisor to display my Android here, my Android phone here. So here we can open this settings. So here I'm actually using an version 8.0. So bear that in mind. So we go inside, we go to the system. So as you can see, I've got a developer options already enabled, but to enable it, you have to go to the about phone. So here we have the build number here. You have to tap this bit here 7 times, yeah. So once I tap it once, you say no need, you're already a developer. So there's no need to tap it 7 times because I'm already a developer. But obviously, if you have a different version of the Android, then this is what you're gonna have to do. So a device must be enabled for debugging in order to test an Android application. Developer options on Android have been hidden by default since version 4.2, and enabling them can vary based on the Android version. So we look at the Android 9.0 and what we can do about it. So on the 9.0, you go to the settings, and then you select the About phone, and then you tap the build number 7 times until you are now a developer is visible, right? So that's for the 9.0 and Apple's, yeah. So for the 8.0 and 8.1, this is what I've actually showed you on the screen here, because my one is 8.0. But then if you have a 7.1 and lower versions, then you have to go to settings, you select the About phone, you tap the build number 7 times until you are now a developer is visible. So after enabling the developer mode on your device, you must ensure that the USB debugging is enabled on a device. This also varies on Android phones, yeah, Android version. So we will look at my bit here. So we click on the developer options here. You have to make sure that you've got this developer option enabled. You have to enable this bit here if you want to stay awake for the screen, so that the screen will never sleep while charging. Yeah. So you gotta scroll down. So we scroll down here, then we make sure that USB debugging is also enabled. It's very important. So always prompt when connecting to a USB, that is also enabled. But it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Yeah. So once you've got all these bits set up, then you can come back inside the Visual Studio. We come to the tools, Android. So we go to the Android Device Manager. So we open this bit here. So now we've got the Android device monitor here. So as you can see here now, I've got my device showing and it's online. That means that we've got the Android device connected to Visual Studio, right? So I'm just gonna reduce this bit here. So as you can see now, we've got the device, both sides of the device configured. And now, once you've done both bit here, you're gonna have to restart your Visual Studio, reopen it. And as you can see, I already have an Android application or project started. So you can start creating your Android new project. So we're just gonna make this one quick here. So here you can create a new Android project. You select Xamarin Android app, and then what I've got here is a drawer. Is an Android drawer application. So once you've got this bit sorted out as well, then we can actually test our device to see if everything's working out. Yeah. So now we can build the application first. So while the application is being built, alternatively, see now we're actually using a USB connection, right? But you can also connect it via a Wi-Fi or wireless frequency. It is possible to connect an Android device to a computer without using a USB cable over Wi-Fi. This technique requires more effort but could be useful when the device is too far from the computer to remain constantly plugged in via cable. So I'll make another video in terms of trying to connect your device via wireless frequency. So this bit here, we're actually gonna stick to the cable USB connections, right? So the rebuild is always taking a lot of time. I've actually rebuilt this, so I was just trying to show you how you can do it. So I'm just gonna stop the rebuilding or cancel it. Yeah, so I've actually canceled the rebuild. So I'm just gonna open this. So now I still have my application. I mean my Android device plugged in. So and it can reflect here. So if we even if we scroll down, expand it here, I've got my device here, which is a Huawei. So what I'm gonna do is just clear it here so that I can run the application on my Android device. So I'm just gonna pause it for. It might take a bit of time, but obviously you know what is going on. Yeah. So now, as you can see, I have my the Android application directly running on my device now. Yeah. So that's how it works out. So I hope you're able to follow the video promptly. But if you have any issue, please drop a comment below, and then I'll answer you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to the channel once again, please make sure you do because I've got loads of videos coming up. Yeah. So have a lovely day, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Stay blessed. Stay peace. Bye bye.